Hello, this is Blue Star, Defender of Equestria, and this is my AfterThoughts review of The Lost Treasure of Griffonstone. Yeah, this was a really good episode. I liked this one, and it caught me off guard a lot at first. I mean, when I first realized that they were going to go to Griffonstone, I should have realized that, oh yeah, we're probably going to run into Gilda, but no, that didn't really occur to me at first. So it was kind of a surprise, it's like, when Gilda appears, it's like, oh, it's Gilda, okay. I think I'll comment, it's like, a lot of people have referred to Gilda as a villain. I don't really think she's a villain, I think she's more like a bully. And I do feel that Griffin the Brush-Off, in a way, was a one-time deal. So again, all of this actually surprised me a little bit. I didn't expect for Gilda to come back, or the Griffins. So yeah, I mean, but it was really cool to see the Griffins and Gilda and everything come back, and it was definitely surprising, to say the least. I have to, in a way, comment on Dr. Wolf's video in that, yeah, he said this was basically a missed opportunity for world building, and in a way, I could understand that, but, oh dear, I mean, I could definitely see Griffin fans being disappointed that, yeah, it's like, we were expecting it to be this cool, awesome place, and it turns out to be a complete dump. Yeah, I could see that being disappointing, but I'm kind of okay with this. The story that's presented to us, that basically the Griffins basically were only united by this idol, definitely is not a good thing, because this is almost a very important sublesson is why idols are bad, because you take away that thing, the culture just falls apart, and oh dear. The Griffins themselves were interesting, a little creepy from time to time, to be honest, and yeah, I don't like their attitude too much. It's like, oh, really? You can't leave Rainbow Dash at the bottom of the abysmal abyss to slowly starve to death just because she doesn't have any bits? What's wrong with you? How could you sleep at night doing that? Oh, the horror! I mean, there's unfortunately another sublesson there, because, yeah, in a way, I think the Griffins are us. They only care about money, and they don't have any fun. They don't get to sing. They don't have a library. They don't have parties or cakes or friendship. They only care about money. It's like, aw, no wonder all these Griffins are grumpy. This place just has no fun. This is partially the reason why Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash were the ones to be sent to Griffonstone. Because, yeah, Pinkie needs, in a way, to bring some fun here, but I think it's mainly because these are the two characters who were, in a way, the most wronged in Griffin the Brush-Off. And, which does explain why they're definitely like, Gilda, Dash, Pinkie Pie! Yeah, I can understand Gilda's hostility here, because to begin with, it's like, this didn't exactly end very well at the end of Griffin the Brush-Off. The other is, they're kind of, in a way, invading their home. It's like, what are you doing here, Gilda? It's like, I almost want to think she should have said, this is my home, what do you mean? I live here, what about you? What are you doing here? So she's not exactly happy to see them and everything, but I'm glad that they were able to resolve this conflict and everything, and that they can be friends again, and that was just so nice. That was ultimately their mission here, as it is in general to spread friendship throughout Equestria. That's pretty cool, and I like that, and it was actually kind of good that Twilight didn't come here, because she would have been depressed beyond all measure. It's like, it's nothing like the book says. This place is horrible. The library is a mess. No! Aw, poor Twilight. It's like, okay, you go on this cool, exciting adventure to this place I've always wanted to go. I'll stay here and do important princess stuff or something. Oh, have fun. Aw, poor Princess Twilight. It's like, well, maybe she could go later. Maybe. Another interesting sort of thing at the beginning. It's like, Pinkie Pie says, like, oh, I have nothing to do but bake. Yay! Oh, I wish that were the case for me. Sometimes it's like, oh, there's just never enough time. But I like that there's, in a way, a sort of a sub-lesson there is that, when duty calls, it rarely comes at a convenient time. Or, duty will always come when you least expect it, or you're just preparing to relax or something. It's like, oh, I gotta go do something now. But, oh well, that's pretty cool. I like that. And yeah, Gummy was kind of fun in that scene. It's kind of amazing how much fun you could have with a character that literally just stands there and doesn't do anything. Pinkie Pie's probably in shock when she comes back and realizes that Gummy probably didn't do anything, and she has to go do all that work herself. But there were a lot of funny things here. There was a lot of good jokes, and we did get to see a whole new kingdom, even though it is a dump. And we did get to see the Griffins again, and got to see some interesting backstory and perspective on them, and it was cool. And yeah, that scene at the end with with the idol and Gilda and everything, it's like, yeah, it's cliche, but to sort of borrow a line from Babylon 5, if you're gonna be cliche, you may as well go for the really big ones. And I like this. I mean, yeah, it's cliche. We probably almost certainly know that Gilda's gonna do the right thing. She's gonna choose her friends over the idol. But it was still interesting to see her make that choice. And I do like the reference to the Indiana Jones movie. What was it? The Last Crusade. It's like, oh, my brain is no longer functioning. Anyway, I like that scene. I do have to say that I like the second part of the scene, not the part with Elsa, because she makes the wrong choice and she falls into the ravine and dies. So, ooh. But I prefer to refer to the second part where it's like, Indiana, let it go. I like that. I like that much better. But yeah, that's certainly exactly what Gilda has to do. She has to let it go. And that was an interesting thing in itself, is like, she says that I don't care about it. No one else does, so, but here she does care about it. So it's sort of surprising that she does care about it. I mean, I guess it's one of those things of, if you saw it standing in front of you, it's like, oh my gosh, it's a real thing and it's right in front of me. I could get this thing and, maybe save my people. That might change your opinion. Oh yeah, it's like, oh no, he's dead? I thought this was supposed to be a kid's show. Yeah, obviously death does exist in the show, but it's one of those things of, yeah, they're not going to do something like have a royal guard pick up a spear and spear a changeling to death or something, is sort of the rules of that. So, but yeah. And I did notice that, oh, he has little flowers next to his skull. And someone's like, oh, someone put flowers next to his grave. Aw. That was kind of surprising. I have a feeling that was like, okay, you know what? We've created this monster. No, he's dead. He's dead. He's not coming back. He's dead. He's a one-time thing. He's not coming back. Which is fine with me. That whole scene was actually kind of funny. At first I'm like, wait, it's like, hey, loser, are you down there or something? It's like, oh no, it's like, if someone is trying to rescue me, I hope they wouldn't hurl insults at me. But obviously it's all meant to be fun and everything. It's like Rainbow Dashes again. It's like, hey, doofus or something. And it's all fun and everything, and I kind of like it. Maybe this is in a way, a callback to a previous time where they did this kind of, where they said these kind of things to each other, and they're in a kind of casual, I don't really mean this kind of way. I did find that surprising, but it is kind of fun too. And Pinkie Pie, what were you thinking? It's like she takes the rope, ties it around herself, and then jumps off of it. It's like, what were you thinking, Pinkie? It's like, oh no, we're all gonna die. I can only hope that Pinkie Pie is putting her trust in Gilda, that Gilda's going to be able to rescue them or something. I don't know. I mean, that's one of those things that I was like, no, Pinkie, don't do that. But the good news is it all worked out at the end, and that was cool. And I also did like the moment where Rainbow Dash is like, where does she expect me to go? And then the ledge falls away. She's like, I don't want to go anywhere. I like that because it's like that's a very cliche joke. It's been done a lot of times, but they put an interesting little twist on it, and I liked it, and I enjoyed that. And all the rock ledges are really, really fragile in Griffonstone, which is kind of surprising. They break all the time, so be careful. Anyway, yeah, that whole scene was really cool, and I liked it. And of course, the previous scene with the flashback to them at flight camp, oh, that was so nice and so cute, and oh, Gilda was so vulnerable with like, I'm Gilda. Aw, but that was nice. It's like, oh, poor Gilda and everything, and I like that. I do like that they did show the other side of the story and everything, and that Rainbow Dash and them did get along, and that Gilda wasn't always this way, and did show that this is in a way why Gilda is this way to begin with. But yeah, I think I'll finish the flashback scene first. That was really cool. It was really nice. I enjoyed it. It was so nice to see, them all. Oh, they were just so cute. Oh, that was so nice. And it was really cool to see Rainbow Dash coming to her aid. And of course, they became friends after that and everything. It did seem a little strange to me, like they're singing the anthem of the Junior Speedster Flight Camp. It's like, didn't you just meet her or something? It's like, what? Isn't it a little early for that? But, yeah, whatever. It was good that they did show the other side of the story of why Gilda is so rude and mean and hostile and everything. It's because Griffins are just, in general, grumpy. And after seeing where they live and everything, I'm not surprised. It's like, ouch. It's like, man, it's like, no wonder these Griffins are grumpy. It's like, they can't sing, they can't have parties, they can't have cakes, they don't have friends. Man, no wonder these Griffins are grumpy. This is the short answer. It's like, man, Griffins really needs to learn how to have a good time and get out there and make some friends. Which, of course, was the whole point of this episode. In fact, there were 2 points of this episode. The first was obviously for them to spread friendship to Griffonstone. The second was for Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash to basically reconcile this friendship with Gilda and make everything alright and just simply be friends again. And I like that. I do like Gilda's line at the end. It's like, what? No, you can't leave now. I'm not ready to make friends yet. Another sub lesson is that sometimes you think you're not ready to handle this, but in reality you can and everything. And I like that. I like that too. And it's like, yeah, please don't leave me here. And of course, we're not going to leave Gilda here. It's like, I almost guarantee that we're going to come back here. We're going to maybe see what has sprouted from the seed of friendship that's been planted here and see what that develops into. Maybe it'll go somewhere, maybe it won't, but I have a feeling that we're going to learn in time. And this was a really good episode, and I enjoyed it a lot. And it was nice to see a return of the map and a little bit more of how it worked. It doesn't have to involve all the main 6. It could just be, a couple of them. So I like that. And there was a lot of interesting sub things there that you could read into. And it was just, this episode was just generally a lot of fun. It was cool. It had a lot of good jokes in it, but had a really good lesson in it and a good moral. And, everyone's just happy friends again at the end of this episode. May not exactly be perfect or anything. And I think all the characters probably have a little bit more ways to go. But in the end, this was pretty cool. And that, there definitely friendship prevails once again. It's just so beautiful. So that is the end of my afterthought review of The Lost Treasure of Griffonstone. This is Blue Star. Stay strong and pony on. Blue Star out.